So new character number 8 is releasing. That's a bad name. It doesn't flow right. Kaiju number new character 8. I don't know. It doesn't. Every new update, new character. Every new week, new character. Number 8. It doesn't flow right. Anyway, to no surprise, there's more characters coming. In this Christmas update, Christmas month, Christmas few patches, we're going to get more characters. We're going to talk about that in this video. So really quick, my Nari videos will be out tomorrow. I don't really have time to go through the full gauntlet of videos. Really quick hitter. I think Kafka is probably mandatory for him, but I need to test him out more, of course. But Kafka feels like he's pretty mandatory for him, which is why I'd assume there's a free Kafka paired with him. Kafka's also in the gacha, so you can summon Kafka, him and his weapon, both from the gacha. He's also in the exchange shop for the pity, like if you wanted to do that. And he's there for 2 more weeks than Nari, which I thought was hilarious. Secondly, there's no rush. The characters are not limited. They're not seasonal restricted. They're going to be indefinitely in the gacha. It's going to be kind of interesting, like randomly pulling Christmas characters, but just is what it is. It won't matter when they add more seasonal variants in there, I guess, but it's just going to be kind of silly, I guess, to me. But I'm not complaining. I'm happy with that. Anyway, I said all that to say that, like, I don't know that you need to rush. You can sit and wait. There are new characters coming. We're going to cover that in a second. It could be next week, as early as next week, knowing this game, as early as next week, frankly. At least in 2 weeks, there could be 2 batches of new characters in terms of like a banner here and then a banner next week, like they did with HIkari and Isao, for example, staggered releases. I don't really know what the idea is. It could be not limited. Hopefully not, but like another dual release. A festival release. We haven't seen one of those since Chester and KIKORU. It'd be funny if it's KIKORU again. But anyway, key thing is there's no rush, right? There's nothing in the game that needs Gen, period. Certainly because you can use Reno. If you don't have Reno, honestly, you could use Kota. But if you don't want to do that, I understand, right? I understand. At that point, it'd be okay. But I still stand by, since he's not limited, I don't think you have to pull for him. So anyway, you saw the thumbnail. You saw the title. In one of those videos, I said I wouldn't be surprised if these characters coming out, and then I had no idea. I literally hit Twitter, and the first thing I see is, oh, these characters are literally confirmed. They've got like some sort of stream or something. I need to get more in touch with the Japanese side, because they have other stuff that, oh, maybe it's this website? I don't know. No, this is just the in-game news. Was it in the in-game news? Anyway, this game doesn't really have... It's unfortunate. It doesn't have the biggest English player-based community. It's much bigger in Japan. But that's also good, because it'll keep the game alive for us, regardless of how our side does, thankfully. And if you're not sure about that, that's how most games operate these days. Anyway, different topic. Kaiju number 8, new characters, additional Christmas characters, KIKORU and Minashira are coming. That's how that Japanese translates. AKARI MINASE is what that is. For those who, with limited pulls or anything additional, if the 2 who will be implemented are your faves, I think it's better to wait. Some translation stuff there. I do follow L here over on Twitter and both of his accounts. He's a big whale, big whale, but he posts some fun stuff that I mostly agree with. So the right answer is to wait patiently without rushing. Yeah, there's no, like I said, there's no reason to rush the pulls right now for Narumi, unless you just really want Narumi. But again, KIKORU is coming. AKARI is coming. Oh, the hair is really cute. I like the hair. Either of these characters could be pretty good. AKARI is interesting. AKARI is actually really interesting. What is KIKORU got? Like another... Okay, so she's another axe character. It's kind of hidden there. But she's got a Christmas axe back there, which is normal. She's an axe character in the series, so that's not surprising. I was just wondering if they'd give her like a different variant or something like that. I'm thankful they didn't. Can't see anything here. I'd assume she's just a regular rifle bearer. But she's interesting to me because is she going to be another healer? Because if she is, she's our first 5-star healer. I think that's actually really interesting. In fact, I think it's extremely worth waiting for. It's hilarious, dude. Somebody had this comment, and it's been proven true every time, where they said, hey, you said now start skipping everything that's not limited. And then they're like, hold our beer, basically. And they're like, oh, we're going to give you all this crazy stuff. Narumi, no matter how you feel about his combat skill, eating up 2 SP, he's got one of the highest multipliers in the entire game. So it's going to hit like a freaking nuke. And he has a dedicated support that comes out with him, for better or worse. Crazy, right? Crazy. KIKORU, I'm not sure about her. She could be a 5-star healer. Like, it's kind of hard to say ignore this stuff. But the good news is, again, I don't think any of this stuff will be limited. We know the current ones aren't. I don't think these will be either. And that's a big deal overall. But in terms of KIKORU, this is interesting because I know everyone wants to see number 4 KIKORU. But secondly, this is our third 5-star KIKORU. It's the exact same thing as Narumi. Do they not know other characters exist? They just keep pushing the same characters. And you know the funny thing is, initially when the game came out, people were like, how are they going to keep going? This is a very short story. Kaiju No is a very short story. It's like 120 chapters or something like that. It's very short, dude. It's like, it's got arcs, but a typical shonen has one arc be like that length. Like, this is a very short story. Anyway, they were like, how are they going to do this? This is not the anime style. And I'm like, they're just going to make other variations of these characters. And sure enough, we're 3 months in and they're already doing it. Like, because they've already damn near ran out of characters to do. That's why Isao and Hikari were fun, because they were actually new variations, kind of, right? Especially Hikari. Don't get me wrong, there's still a lot they can do. Like, they could do the Berserk Kaiju No. 8 from his fight with Isao. They could do some stuff that's not in the anime yet with Kaiju No. 8. There's quite a lot to do there, actually. At least a few variants, I think. Nothing crazy, but I know they can milk that like crazy. There's some stuff with KIKORU, actually, that's going to be in the next anime season, which I don't know if that's even been renewed yet, by the way. That they didn't actually get around to showing. She's got some fun stuff going on visually. Wink, wink. There's still a good bit to do. Don't get me wrong. I'm actually really curious if they'll ever make like more dual characters, like Bako, for example. Like, there's more. I'm not worried about that. It's just funny that they're kind of like aggressively leaning into it with just a couple of characters. Like, Achiro has 2 variants, right? Like, she's got 2 variants. Okay, maybe if you want to eliminate the launch characters, fine, right? That means Achiro has 1 and these other 2 have 2 characters because they've gotten 2 other releases. And again, it would be kind of funny if KIKORU winds up being put in a festival again. So I'm curious about that. I think the most likely outcome is that this is just the December schedule. I think we're going to get these 2 characters individually on their own 5-star banners throughout the month. And hopefully that's just it. Like, they probably still have something for like literal like New Year area, because New Year is really, really, really big in Japan. And they're going to absolutely want to get the, what is it? They give the gold envelopes or whatever. They're going to want that money, man. They're going to want that money. Like, every game is going to update and they're going to be ready. They're going to be ready for your Christmas money, your New Year money. They want your money, right? So there's going to be new stuff. I don't think this is it. I think there's something else that'll be coming as well. So, frankly, you can't wait that long unless you're just going to plan to skip everything. But AKARI MINASE, like, really looks interesting to me, because I think KIKORU is going to be another attacker, because they haven't shown innovation with that yet. And what I mean by that is, like, okay, she's clearly a damage dealer in the series, so they haven't made her into a defender in the game. You know, like, they haven't made a variant that's a defender. They haven't shown innovation, right? All the Narumis are attackers, and I get it because he's a damage dealer in the series. But I think the next layer to that is to make innovation. Like, what about a supporter KIKORU or Narumi or something like that, right? They've made the AoE. They've made like a blast attack variant of both of these characters. They made the AoE of her, but not... actually, no, she doesn't have a pure AoE. She's got 2 blast attackers. So maybe that's something that winds up happening, I guess. But regardless, they haven't shown that innovation yet so much, so I'm curious about that overall. But MINASE is, I think, really interesting for the last time, 5th time saying it. 5-star healer could be really good. However, you know, that'll be, you know what? I'm going to say it right now. That'll be the one time they do show innovation, and she's going to pop in and be the top DPS in the game. To everybody's surprise, right? She's gonna pop in and be the best TPS in the game, and it's gonna be like, where the hell did this come from? Why the hell is she doing hundreds of millions of damage? Not millions, but hundreds of thousands of damage This girl is not like that in the series, right? So, to my point, though, I think that means it's a really good chance she's designed similar to her 4-star variant, which we may be just flat out replacing the 4-star variant. Or she doesn't have to be a healer dedicated. She could just be a 5-star support. But Kafka's a 4-star support. We got Chester. We got a bunch of 4-star. We got like 5, 6 different 4-star supports dedicated. And they can all be used. And then we've also got Kafka coming out today. We've got Chester. So I don't know if we need another like dedicated support. But another healer sustain character, that wouldn't hurt because we don't actually have a lot of those. We do not have a lot of those. We have some characters that have like their own inbuilt sustain that try to like heal themselves or shield themselves or whatever. Like the new Ashuro shields herself. But we don't have a lot of sustain. It's basically just AKARI 4-star Sagan, who's limited, so she doesn't really count, and Isao. Am I forgetting someone? It's just those characters, right? Like we don't have a lot of sustain. I feel like I'm forgetting somebody else. I gotta pull the stupid game up. I feel like I'm forgetting someone. Hold on, let me pull the game up, bro. It's going in the background. I feel like I'm forgetting someone. Who am I forgetting? No. Isao I mentioned. No. Hell no, not you. No. Mentioned you. No. Yeah, it's really just those characters. It's really just those three. So basically there's 2 characters is what I'll say, because there ain't really, like, Sagan is limited, right? They need to run her banner back, and maybe they will now that they've added a new shield. I did a video on that. This is lagging hard. So it's basically just Isao. Like, there's some other characters in here that have some interesting support type stuff, but they're not defenders. And that's more what it looks like defenders are designed to be, the sustain characters and the healer type characters. So overall, though, I think this would be an interesting time, but that means that you probably would have to skip, save, and wait. So we'll see what happens.